Hello Gemini, welcome to Creators on the Crest. I'm Stephanie and this is your October monthly reading. Today I'll be doing a Celtic cross reading and pulling an oracle card at the end for the Gemini collective. Do keep in mind these are general readings, so take only what resonates and leave the rest. I have mentioned in previous videos all the links I have in the description below, so be sure to check those out. That's how you can connect with me, book a reading, etc. And then, of course, check your sun, moon, rising, and or north node readings for additional context and texture. Okay, Gemini, we're going to get into this. I am celebrating Libra season with the Hello Kitty Lady Justice here. So happy birthday to our Libras, your fellow air sign. We will wish them a very happy birthday. And also, I think we have a few Scorpios near the end of the month who'll start having birthdays. So happy birthday to all of them, but let's focus on you, Gemini. Let's get the focus back on you. Okay, what you're showing up with today is the King of Cups crossed by the Eight of Swords. So love and embodying love. Now, not necessarily romantic, we'll see as we go, could be for some of you. But with the Eight of Swords coming up as a challenge to that love, I'm wondering if you're not overthinking a situation or if there's not some sort of self-sabotaging thoughts that you might be having within yourself. Now, it could be self-sabotaging thoughts that end up sabotaging a relationship. This could represent the relationship to yourself. We'll have to see. In your needed focus, you get the Seven of Cups, knowing that you have more than one or two choices here. There are multiple choices for how to navigate this, how to emotionally feel your way through. Different choices having to do with your intuition. You can choose from your intuition. You can choose from your logic. You have different ways that you can navigate this situation. In the past, you're showing me the Six of Cups. So you're showing me kind of like what would appear to me to be a more innocent or a younger kind of energy. This could be a child that you know or that is in your family. This could also be your inner child from the past showing up. The Six of Cups usually comes along with a lovely energy of innocence and offering love, you know, just for the fact of being here and being human and sharing love that way. However, I'm wondering if this might represent your own inner child of some sort of innocence lost or naivety lost along the way, because we're moving into some stronger energies, it appears. So you could be thinking back to the past. You could be analyzing how you were brought up to think about love. Or, you know, was it Disney movies? Was it, you know, you got to get married and then get a job, get married, go in a certain order, do things a certain way. So there's some sort of youthful energy involved here. And the more I go into this, the more I'm looking at it might be your energies from the past, just showing me what maybe you went through or the kind of understanding that you had about love. In the future, we have the Emperor here. So for those of you who are female Geminis, you could have a masculine energy showing up in the future for you. It could also be you stabilizing your own masculine energies. If you're the masculine Gemini, this is you really showing up powerfully, stably, in your strength as a protector for someone or as a shield for someone. In your place of embodiment and empowerment, Gemini, this is really interesting. You get the Six of Swords. This Six of Swords actually feels very heart-opening and calming to me. Strangely, as swords are usually connected to the mind, I'm actually getting the sense of you feeling more at peace. Maybe if you have been dealing with something from your childhood, maybe this is something that you've healed and now you're kind of opening up to the new. In your allies and support, you get the King of Swords. This is a lot of clarity. This is a lot of you really knowing what direction to go, and who around you supports you. Who and what around you supports you. I feel like you already know. I'm not getting a clear picture yet who that might be. I just get that you know you're supported somehow. Now that could be physical, or it could be from the non-physical as well. In the environment, you get the Tower. So something has shaken up your world a little bit here. Maybe something has brought up some inner child pain from the past, or you're just dealing, while you're going through this, you're also dealing with some other situation in your environment here. It looks to me like this Tower has probably already crumbled, and that you're kind of sifting through the aftermath of that. So if there has been some sort of like breakup or some sort of estrangement in your family, it appears that this is a time where we're kind of sorting through the debris and the ashes of all of that. I don't know that any moves are being made, but we'll have to see when we clarify. In your hopes and fears, you have the Seven of Pentacles. Will you be able to nurture the proper energies for yourself to bring your love life, your family life back into stability? Are you going to choose you? Are you going to choose the healthy path? Will you allow yourself to continue the transformation? And in the potential outcome, you get the Empress. So we have the Emperor in the future and the Empress in the potential outcome. That is a power couple dynamic there. Very stable. You've got wisdom, you've got strength, you've got the feminine, you've got the masculine there. So let's get some clarifiers. Very interesting for you, Gemini. Let's see what's up with this King of Cups for you, Gemini, in your current situation here. The High Priestess, okay. And the Page of Pentacles. I actually like these energies working together here. The King of Cups is a nice, full-bodied, loving energy. The High Priestess bringing in the wisdom. And, you know, there could be a little bit of pause here with the Page of Pentacles, things moving a little more slowly. Perhaps you're looking at someone romantically and you're trying to figure out how they might fit in your life and attempting to be really honest with yourself about how would this work? How would the two of us show up together? Now, the challenge here with the Eight of Swords, remember I said that was some sort of self-sabotaging or possibly even relationship sabotaging energy. Let's get some clarifiers on this one here. The Seven of Pentacles and the Death card. Whatever relationship you're dealing with. Now, I am getting more of a relationship. I'm not necessarily getting career and work here. Could be somebody in your workplace, but for most of you, I think this is romantic or this is like a family connection of some kind. This needs to be given time and space. We got the Seven of Pentacles and the Death card for that Eight of Swords. And maybe it's you. Yes, it probably is you because the energies are bubbling up. Maybe you need some time and some space to figure this out. You may have this knowing that I think when you get a little too wrapped up in the mental space, when you're thinking about romantic connections or even family relationships, you tend to overdo it and almost like exhaust yourself thinking about it. Now, there may be some real world things that are requiring you to think about this relationship on a grander scale. However, there needs to be more time for this. There needs to be more nurturing. Now, we have the Seven of Pentacles here in the challenge and in your hopes and fears. And I think maybe you're afraid that if you don't get clear on this relationship that you'll lose it. Like not realizing that there are some really valuable energies within you, Gemini, that need to be nurtured. So make sure you are adding yourself to the equation and leaving the timing up to the universe, because there's definitely transformative energies here with the Death card. You could be also dealing with a Scorpio here. I'm not surprised death shows up a lot in October. That could also represent a family member from the other side coming through for you. So keep that in mind as well. And they may be connected to this in some way. For your 7 of Cups and your needed focus, you get the 4 of Cups and the 2 of Cups. I think you know at this point, if this is romantic for you, you're not yet ready to fully step into this. Your heart is in the right place. You've got a lot of wisdom gained, probably from, you know, looking at your parents' relationship when you were a child, grandparents, family relationships, but possibly even your own romantic connections from the past. You've gained a lot of wisdom, but now is the time to go a little bit slower. You want to make sure you're clearing out any self-sabotaging thoughts and energies around your relationships. So wherever this is showing up for you, with whomever it's showing up with, your job is to work on clearing this out, because if you aren't able to see the many different ways to approach this, you'll end up not making any moves, feeling stuck, or just you will end up missing the opportunity. It's very strange, because I think on the one hand, you might want to act and go forward and move forward towards someone, or you think you're going to lose them, but actually it's the slowing down that's going to result well for you, instead of rushing into something when you're not ready, or they're not ready, or the both of you are not ready. If this is a family member, like an estrangement type of thing, take it real nice and slow. No pressure, no force. Let things kind of work out. If you're dealing with possibly a child, an adult child who's younger, they could be needing some space as well, and that could be weighing heavily on you. I understand that if that is your child, but at the same time, healing needs to have its own pace. We can't rush it. We can acknowledge it though, and we can address it. For the 6 of Cups in your past, you get the 8 of Pentacles and the Hierophant. Yeah, this is feeling more and more like a person, whether this be an adult child or a past romantic relationship. For a while, it looked like things went really well. There seems to be either an alignment in spiritual and or religious beliefs here, or that could have been a point of contention. So you could be actually at odds with someone, or you had to break something off because the spiritual religious aspects between the two of you were not aligned, and that was too important. So if that is someone from the past or a family member, it just needs, you know, some time to heal. Give it some time and space. If it is just someone you've let go, you could have a newer person on the forefront here for some of you, yet the echo of that past is still feeding into these energies that you're dealing with currently, and that's why you might need more time and space. What's meant for you will be yours, Gemini, and you have to remember that, you know, and nobody likes hearing it. Anytime I hear that, I'm like, whatever, you know, like, I want what I want and I want it now, you know, but this is your heart we're talking about here. This is important. This is about the evolution of relationships for you and the people you're connected to. Let's look at this Emperor in the future. The Ace of Wands and the Devil card. Ooh, yeah, the Emperor sometimes, okay? Sometimes when the Emperor is a little bit too weighted down in what I would call some of the more toxic masculine energies, like arrogance, vanity, or those kinds of things, it can come off a little brash and a little strong. So if you're the female Gemini here, and then this masculine is coming in and is pursuing you here, you know, they might come off a little too strong for you, especially with these energies that you're dealing with, that you're healing up, that you're attempting to nurture and move more slowly in. So if somebody, it's kind of funny because I do see Geminis as ones who typically move quite quickly, But if somebody comes in and is rushing you or pressuring you, if it's another family member even that's like trying to, oh, you need to talk to so-and-so, you need to go talk to them, and it's, you know, trying to pressure you into something, you need to follow your own inner light with that, because I do see these energies, and they may not even know they're doing it, but it's like, you know, ulterior motives here, or some sort of need to avoid their own wounding and get you to do something so they can avoid their own wounding. So there may be this masculine energy coming in, maybe somebody you have to have boundaries with. If you're the masculine yourself, you may want to watch out for when you might fall into some of those more controlling, toxic masculine energies as a defense mechanism of trying to protect yourself from heartbreak. But, you know, really it shuts us down, honestly, when we do that, and it causes problems. Let's look at this Six of Swords in your power and embodiment placement here. You got the Two of Pentacles and the Fool. You're showing me a confusion, or just a little bit of a, maybe you're feeling a little bit new on how to work with some of these more peaceful energies, because you do have a very busy and active mind and very intelligent mind, and so that has been what you've led with. But you're now being guided, led, collaborated with by the universe. You're co-creating this experience, Gemini, where you are really getting more into your heart energies and understanding a certain wisdom from the heart rather than knowledge from the mind. And, you know, this could be why some relationships end up ending in your life. And it's also a critical time for you, though, because you don't want to attract in the wrong thing in your quest to leave other things behind and let go quite naturally, quite healing way, or give a person some time, give yourself some time. This is all new for you. This is all, you're getting used to this. And so opening your heart is going to be the most important thing here. First, we open our heart to ourselves and our connection with Creator Source. That's got to be in place first. So that's really the encouragement here, and what your body is actually saying to do. Open your heart to yourself. Be patient with yourself. Be kind and gentle to yourself. And then open your heart to Creator Source and your connection there. Spiritual, religious connection is important. I saw that in your past. So getting real clear on what that looks like within inside of you is most important, and will lead you to making correct choices with whatever masculine or whatever feminine you encounter down the road. Let's look at this King of Swords and the allies and support. The Nine of Cups and the Eight of Swords. There's that Eight of Swords again. I feel for some of you, there are people around you, different people with different energies, and one of those is, you know, very loving, fulfilling, giving, generous. And the other represents to you some of your own inner turmoil. So this could be somebody that I don't think you're externally triggered by them. I don't think you two are getting in fights or anything like that. But I think their behaviors and actions show to you a part of yourself that needs the acknowledgement. That Eight of Swords in your current challenge position there. So you may have someone challenging you a bit. I think you're doing it. It's more covert. It's more secretly. You're like, ugh, you know, they're driving me nuts. But they're driving you nuts because they're showing you aspects of yourself that need attention. So really, they are an ally. They are a support in helping you grow. And I think you know who these people are. It looks like one is very, they're going to support you no matter what. They're very generous. They're very giving. They want you to be happy, etc. And the other one it like triggers you. Right? But there's love there all the way around, and there's support. It's just one is supporting you by kind of illuminating your shadows. Could be somebody who just tells it straight to you like it is. Whatever they're doing, I see you being a little more hidden in your response. So you're kind of keeping it closer to the vest. For the Tower here in your environment, you got the Five of Wands and the Knight of Cups. So remember I said this energy felt like maybe you're sorting through, it's kind of like damage control after an attack or a blast or just something that rocked your world. There's still a lot of, it almost feels like an electrical energy, electrical current of, it's not aggression, but it's like competition. And there's these assertive energies here that are more challenging. So there's kind of this electrical current of these assertive energies in your environment. And then there's just this Knight of Cups coming in. Almost feels like an angel, you know, floating into these energies in this situation, bringing some sort of healing. Now, that could be an aspect of yourself as you're healing something. It could be someone, it could be a person that's come in that you feel is just, maybe you're working with a therapist and they're just really helping you, or you've got, you know, your psychic intuitive that you talk to and you get readings from. Somebody is really coming in and helping you sort through the ashes and see who you are in all of this, with all of these other energies kind of. You know, it doesn't feel to me, it feels like to me like you're standing in the energies and they're around your ankles. So I don't know if some of you have been having dreams about this or what, but it's almost like you're standing in a post-battle field of debris and there's still this electrical energy around your ankles. And it's you know, sometimes when in the spiritual communities, when we discuss some of the more negative and toxic entities that can mess with us, we call them ankle biters. So you may be dealing with a bit of that from, you know, the non-physical world somehow. You could be dealing with a bit of spiritual warfare here, Gemini. I don't see it having full control of you. I see you having support and help. I just wonder if it isn't quite annoying for you and you're having to do quite a bit of extra protection and clearing for that. Let's look at this Seven of Pentacles here in your hopes and fears. You get the Ace of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. This is about you investing your energies in the correct place within yourself. So making sure that you're investing in the more hopeful energies, the more promising energies. The Ace of Cups is a card that encourages us to be full in our emotions and make sure we put ourselves in a position where we're full within our heart, within our emotional state, and then also learn how to perpetually open that heart to have the overflow, to share both as extra for yourself and with others in love. And that doesn't mean they have to be with you physically. So you're being asked to focus more on that instead of the fear of like, can I nurture this? You must invest in it, Gemini. You must invest in this for yourself. Let's clarify the Empress and the potential outcome. The Judgment card and the Tower. Yeah, so at the very beginning of the reading, you'll remember I said, well, we have the Emperor here in the future and the Empress and the potential outcome. But then we have the Devil and the Tower card and Judgment over there coming up with the Empress. This would be if you are looking to start a relationship or you're at the beginning of one, this would be, I would say, a warning to just take things nice and slow. Release expectations, because in your environment is the Tower. Okay, in your potential outcome, we still have the Tower energy there. We want to make sure some things are cleared out for you. We want to make sure that you're feeling really secure in your open-hearted space within yourself. Because your open heart, Gemini, is your greatest protection. Your open heart is your greatest protection and your greatest ally in all of this. And you've got this Nine of Cups Someone in your life represents that. Could be mother, father, sister, friend, somebody, brother. Someone represents that and helps you with that. But there are still a lot of energies that need to be healed, that need to come into emotional and heart-centered focus for you. And that needs to happen, and there's more processes involved. So I feel like if this is romantic love and it's new, you need to go really slow. Do not rush. Take your time. Even slower than, to the point where you almost think this is so slow, it will probably never happen, or it will just fizzle out. Actually, I see it's the opposite. And that would mean that whomever you're dealing with, whether it's romantic or a family member, they have things they're working on too. These energies are looking to be cleared out before the Emperor and the Empress come together, because we want the more illuminated, elevated energies of the Emperor and Empress actually showing up before they come together. Otherwise, we're just going to end up with another tower. And everything's going to crumble back down again. We're going to kind of recreate the same wheel over and over. So you have some really nice supportive energies coming in, including your own connection to your heart that wants to come in and really be nurtured there. Any kind of exercises where you're expanding, chest exercises or opening breathing techniques, those kinds of things are going to be really healthy for you at this time to help you do that. Also, I do get the sense that you do need to make sure that you are spiritually protecting yourself, because you are caught up in a bit of that. And we don't want that, to influence this connection either. So there's something going on there. I have full faith in your ability to be able to handle it, but it definitely needs some attention. Gemini, let's get you a card from the Sacred Traveler Oracle to close off your reading today. Gemini, you got transformation. A fresh new way of living emerges. The Sacred Traveler wants you to know the journey transforms the traveler. When the traveler arrives at the destination, the traveler is no longer the same person who started out. Even if there are some areas that may be murky or unsettled in your life, don't be concerned. This is the confusion that often appears before the rebirth. Like the phoenix that arises majestically from the ashes, a big change in your life is at hand. Don't hold on to the old ways of viewing the world and limited ways of thinking. Be willing to see the world with fresh new eyes. Changes are afoot, and it is all so very good. So Gemini, this is extremely encouraging. And yes, you're definitely leaving behind some old dynamics. You want to make sure that what comes up from the ashes, as you're with the tower, the two towers that we have here, one is potential, one is upon you right now in your environment. We want to make sure that that fresh new way of living is from your heart space, and that you are taking the time to deal with whatever annoying energies and ankle biting energies are going on there. So it's very important for you to have that time in that process, and what is meant for you, who is meant for you will be there. And the slower you go in this case, the more that will open up. So keep that in mind. It may feel a little bit different than what you've done before. And I'm getting really, like my throat wants to close up, because Gemini doesn't want to hear this, but it's a very different way of operating from what you have before. But it's also very important for your growth and evolution here. And you definitely have the strength and the tools and all of the signs coming in and the energies coming in for you, though you may have to battle it out a little bit. But remember, sometimes, we sacrifice certain battles to win the larger war. And this is so important for your growth. It's so important for you to maintain that open heart. If any of you have been trapped down and not even opening yourself back up to love, this is going to be an even more potent October for you than probably ever before, because you're really being challenged with these energies. Okay, Gemini, thank you so much for joining. I can't wait to see you next time.